Hi, I'm Casey. I already made a video on this channel, but I'm gonna unlist it because I'm actually starting over with a new hospital for bariatric surgery. So this will be the first. If you've seen a video on this channel before and now you're like, where'd it go and why is she reintroducing herself? That would be why. I'm starting over again with a new hospital just because it's more convenient for me. I found out about bariatric surgery and specifically the sleeve gastrectomy earlier this year from one of my friends who had it done in November of 2016. So I did some research and I became very interested. I talked to my primary care doctor and brought up the fact that I've been struggling with obesity and being overweight since I was about 11 years old, I'd say. And then it just kind of got worse and worse as I went through adolescence and then after having 2 children. So I'm now at the highest weight I've ever been. I'll have all my stats down below. And I'm going to do another introduction video that will just be specifically talking about like my stats and showing my body the way it looks now. Partly because I really want to be able to look back on how I looked right before surgery. It'll be nice to like have photos and videos to be able to look at instead of just focusing on the scale. I'll be able to actually see the changes that are happening. So I spoke to my doctor about how I've been struggling. If you hear banging, it's my kids upstairs. I've got 2 toddlers, one 4-year-old and one 2-year-old, and unless they're both asleep, there's no chance of me actually filming without background noise. So I hope that doesn't bother you. Yes, I talked to my primary care doctor about the surgery and told her that I was interested and asked her if she thinks it would be right for me. And she had actually had sleeve gastrectomy, a year before, and said that it changed her life. So that's how I really knew that this is what I wanted to do. So I'm now going to Penn Medicine in Philadelphia. It's in Center City. I cannot say enough good things about this hospital. I absolutely love everything about the hospital, the people. I mean, of course, I don't love getting into the city and then having to park in the city. That is frustrating, but like that is the only bad thing I can say so far. I love the people that are on the bariatric surgery team at Penn. I love the way they are organized and all of the resources that they give. I'm going to talk more about that. But this whole video I wanted to make about my process and give you tips on how to prepare for surgery. So not the pre-op diet kind of preparation for surgery, but all of the lead up. So your nutrition visits, your psych eval, all of the insurance things you need to do before you can even be pre-authorized. So basically this is a pre-authorization checklist. So I've got 4 tips for you and for me. This is kind of me talking to myself. I wrote all these things down the other day to help me change my mindset about this pre-authorization period of preparing for surgery and to help me really use the program that they set up and make it work for me so that I succeed. Tip number 1 is read the material that they give you. You want to familiarize yourself with all of the information that they give you at your first appointment. Most hospitals will require that you go to an information session or like a seminar before you can even have an appointment with a surgeon. So that first appointment, usually that first session, the information seminar, will give you tons of information that you might already know because if you're like me, before you even did anything about it, you wanted to know about the surgery, so you researched and researched. The seminar will just go over a lot of what you've already learned and then talk about your hospital's specific program and how they get people through the pre-authorization process. So they'll probably give you a folder. I'll show you mine. I put it down here. I've got a couple of folders that Penn gave me, Penn Medicine. This red folder is what I got at the information seminar. And inside They had tons of information about bariatric surgery. They had a patient information packet and stuff that you need to sign before you can get your first consultation with the surgeon. After I had my first consultation with the surgeon, my folder got even thicker. I've got a whole bunch of, I don't want to show anything that's going to be private information, but I've got a whole big thick stack of prescriptions and appointments that I have to do in order for insurance to approve me. I've got lots of phone numbers for everybody in the group, and yes, so that's what they gave me. I'm a bit of a planner and organizer. I like things to be really organized and cute. So what I did, and what I think might be a good idea for anybody else, they'll probably give you a checklist of things you need to do. But I made mine really cute and exciting. I put it right here. I'll show you a close-up of it. And I have it right on the inside of my folder. It's all of the things I need to get done before they can submit my pre-authorization to insurance. So it keeps me on top of what still needs to be done. Your team will most likely be really good about getting this organized for you. They've done this countless times with many patients and many different kinds of insurance. They know what they're doing. But it doesn't hurt to also be on top of it, so that you know, I still have to get this appointment done. I still have to get my psych evaluation done. A lot of times, these hospitals, when they make the appointments for you, are already really booked up. And so you might not be able to get an appointment. Like, if you make an appointment the first day that you meet with the surgeon, it might not be for 2 months, because that's how booked up they can be. So if you are not on top of it and you don't realize, you're near the end of your pre-authorization process and you're like, oh, I still have to get this thing done, it can make your wait even longer. So that's that, my little folder. Really like it. The second tip is stay organized, which I already kind of talked about. You're going to want to have a folder, a binder, somewhere to keep everything together. You're going to have a ton of paperwork and a ton of appointments to keep track of. You'll probably get a stack of prescriptions for blood work you need to get done, tests, like a lot of places will require a chest x-ray, a cardiology clearance. My foot is falling asleep. So you're going to want to have all of those prescriptions, all of your appointments written down and kept in the same place. So it's good to have a folder for everything where you know exactly where all of your bariatric surgery paperwork is in one place. It's in this folder. And like I said, break everything down into a checklist. So you might know that you have all these things to get done and they'll be all in, on different pages and stuff. It's good to know exactly what needs to be done and just have a running checklist of what you've accomplished. So yeah, I got my psych eval done. I got my first medical weight management appointment done. So that can also help you feel less like you're like so far away and more like I'm getting there. Because I know how it is when you want this life-changing, amazing surgery that can help you so much to live the life you want. I don't blame anybody for wanting it right away, but you do need to follow the plan that they have because it is set up for you to succeed. Again, I am saying this to myself because I get really overexcited and just want everything to happen right now when I want. Oh, another tip is write down your appointments in several places. I don't know what you are like. I am a very forgetful person. I have 2 little kids, not an excuse, but kind of an excuse, where it's hard for me to remember everything I have going on because I also have to constantly be thinking about what they've got going on and filling their needs all day long. So for me, when it comes to my appointments, I like to write them down in several different places. So I've got them written down in my folder that I talked to you about, my bariatric surgery folder. I have them in my phone just in case I forget, and I also have them on a big calendar that I have in my room. The next tip that I have is to be invested and be prepared to work. So they're going to give you a list of things you need to accomplish, but they're also going to have you make goals, things that you want to change now. The surgery is not going to just fix everything for you. So you can't really think like, my surgery will probably happen in October, so until then I'm just going to keep living life the way I'm living it, maybe a sedentary life, eating too much. I don't know how, there are many different reasons why people are obese. Those might be a couple of things that are contributing to your obesity. They want to help you change that now. Make the habits before you actually have the surgery, because it'll make it so much easier. They're going to want you to try to be honest about what issues you might have. Maybe you eat your food way too fast. Maybe you're a mindless eater and you just snack all day long. Your nutritionist that you meet with will most likely make goals with you that you need to work on in between all of your appointments up until you have surgery. It will make your life so much easier if you can make the good habits now, so that you don't have to start everything all at once after you get surgery. It'll just be life as usual. Another thing I wanted to talk about, which I already kind of touched on before, was that the surgery is an amazing tool, but it is not a fix-all. It's not going to change your eating habits. It's not going to change your exercise. It might make you motivated to do it, but it's only gonna really last for so long. So it's important to make those changes now. When I first met with my surgeon, we talked a little bit about my history, and he gave me a short spiel about the surgery and why he thinks sleep would be good for me. So he told me the first 6 months after you have surgery, it works 90-10. So 90% of your weight loss is going to be because of the surgery, because your stomach is so much smaller and you have gone through something major. Your body is still trying to recover. You will lose the weight because you're not going to be able to or want to eat as much. So 90% of your weight loss will be because of the surgery. 10% of the weight loss will be because of your own changes, lifestyle changes. After the first 6 months, it switches. Then it's 10-90. 10% of the weight loss that you continue to achieve will be because of the surgery. 90% will be because of yourself. So that's why it's important in the months leading up to surgery, and those first 6 months after are the most crucial for you to make those lifestyle changes. Eating smaller portions, being mindful, chewing very slowly, and exercising so that you get a better connection with your body. I really love that because it's so easy to just think this is the answer, this is the solution, this will fix all of my problems. Yes, it is going to be an amazing tool to help you make those changes that you've always wanted. I have wanted to be healthy and to feel healthy and comfortable in my own body for as long as I can remember. I know that this surgery will change my life, but it will not do it on its own. I have to actually change my life too. And my last tip is slow down, continue to live your life. I got very, very fixated on the surgery and getting a surgery date and just thinking, this is going to fix all of my problems. Like I said, everything that I just said before this, I'm not necessarily talking to you. I don't know if this message pertains to you, but it really pertains to me. I'm pretty much talking to myself. So when I started looking into the sleeve gastrectomy and I wanted to get it done, I became obsessed. All I could think about was getting this surgery done. All I wanted to do was look at pictures of people's before and afters and the transformations they've made, watch videos. I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, but when it gets to the point where you are not living your life and choosing to make good choices and be happy now, even in the body that you're in now, that is a dangerous mindset, because that's taking your happiness, your health, and just deciding, I can't have that right now, so it'll be in the future when I have surgery. And then it's just always in the future. Even after you have surgery, you're going to need to make conscious decisions every day to eat well, exercise, be happy. The surgery is meant for people who are so obese or overweight that lifestyle changes aren't enough. less than 1% of people who make lifestyle changes who have been morbidly obese are going to actually keep the weight off for a long amount of time. That's what's so amazing about this surgery, is that it really is in conjunction with lifestyle changes. If you make the changes and get the surgery, you can make this last. My foot is completely asleep. Try to be present. Try to realize that, yes, in the near future, you may be having a life-changing surgery that will help you achieve your goals. But that doesn't mean you need to put everything on hold right now. Continue to be happy, continue to make good choices, and just try to be the person you want to be, if that makes sense. Be the person you wish you were. So that's pretty much it. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, I just wanted to also say, I know the process can feel like hoops you need to jump through for insurance, or like roadblocks that are stopping you from, what you really want. A lot of times, most people are going to need at least 3 to 6 months of nutritional counseling and behavior counseling before they can even be pre-authorized by insurance. Even in some states, in some insurances, it takes up to 12 months. And that can be very frustrating when you just want this now. But it's not a roadblock. It's not just a hoop to jump through. It truly is a transition period to help you succeed after surgery. So try to change your mindset about how you look at this period of time before you can even get your surgery date. It's not just like a waiting game. It truly is an opportunity to make changes that will help you succeed after surgery. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped you in some way. If you can relate to me at all, let me know down below. I can totally relate everything that I said. I'm not like on some high horse. I truly am dealing with all of these things myself. Like, I need to be organized. I need to stop, obsessing about getting a surgery date. I need to actually make the changes now. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with some kind of video. I have so many ideas in my little notebook here about what I want this channel to be. It's just a matter of making the videos. So, see you later. Don't forget to subscribe. And you can thumb it up. I don't know. I think that helps. Oops. I knocked over my mirror. Okay, bye.